Hello, grade 7. So today we will start with our third story for the day, which is The Medicine Bag by Virginia Sneeve. Now let me summarize the story for you real quick. We have Martin and we have his grandfather. His grandfather is 86 years old. He's one of the native tribes. He's a Sioux, and he came to visit them in the summer. At the beginning, Martin didn't want to show his grandfather for his friends. He was afraid that they may make fun of him, they may mock him, and he was afraid of this. And deep down, he knew that he was ashamed of his own culture and his own heritage and tradition. So that's why he kept refusing his friends' requests to see his grandfather. And till one day, he approved that they may see him. When he saw when the grandfather met his grandson's friends, they acted politely, and they were very nice and kind to the grandfather, and they were interested in what the grandfather was telling them from the stories and history and heritage of their culture. And so after this, however, it was not the main reason why the grandfather came to visit his grandson. Actually, there is a tradition in the family that which is to pass the medicine bag. So the tradition was basically to pass the medicine bag from the grandfather to his grandson. And here it was Martin. When it came to the day to continue the tradition, Grandpa placed the pouch into the hands of the young boy. This is the traditional medicine bag. Typically, it's an object or symbol of supernatural powers that would be stored inside the sacred pouch. The medicine bag would be passed from one generation to another in many cultures of the natives. They are usually made of animal hide and leather that was cut finely. Most of the time, a shaman wore the medicine bag to heal the sick or the wounded. Now, let's talk about the central character. When I say a central character, that means the character that the plot and the conflict of the story revolve around. And short stories usually focus on one central characters. And the main or central characters in our story are Martin, his grandfather, and his sister Cheryl. The setting here, which is the time and place of the story, we have Martin's house, and in the flashback in the story, we have Iron Shell's village. Now, if we want to apply the elements of the plot on the story, we will start, of course, you have to remember the mountain. We will start with the exposition here. Martin enjoys bragging about his CEO, grandfather to his friends. However, Martin is embarrassed of his grandpa because he doesn't match the character that Martin was describing to his friends. The rising action. Martin sees Grandpa as he walks down the street. He brings his grandfather to his house, which then he collapses because of fatigue and exhaustion. You know, the grandfather is very old, so it's normal to be tired after a long day of traveling. So Grandpa explains that he is likely to pass away soon. Following the tradition, he needs to pass the medicine bag, a dirty leather pouch, to Martin. However, Martin is afraid that his friends will laugh at him, and he is embarrassed to wear it in public. The climax, which is the most intense part of the story, or the turning point in the story, we have Grandpa tells a very dramatic history of the medicine bag that makes Martin feel guilty about not wanting to wear it. Then Grandpa gives the bag to Martin and says that he understands that the bag would look strange to others, so he doesn't have to wear it in public. The falling action here, it was Martin's acceptance of the medicine bag from his grandfather, and the resolution or the end of the story here, we have the grandpa dies and Martin stands on the reservation a changed man. He changed a lot and he became a man. A conflict here, of course, a conflict is the struggle in the story. Here we have an external conflict, which means the conflict or the struggle between a character and an external force like society, another character, or nature. And here we have Martin versus heritage. Martin is assimilated with American culture and he is ashamed and embarrassed of his own heritage or his own traditions and culture. So that's it for today. Thank you for listening. See you next time, inshallah.